Welcome to the Bayou City Soccer Podcast. Whether inside or outside the loop, we are talking everything soccer in Houston. Y'all ready? Let's get it. All right, everyone. Welcome back to the Bayou City Soccer Podcast. We have another segment of Orange Talk here with Houston Dynamo 2 head coach Marcelo Santos. How you doing, Marcelo?
I'm doing well, Joe. Thanks for having me.
All right, let's get into some questions. Now, game one, what stood out to you in that opening game of the season?
I think, it's always exciting to start the season at home. I think our team came ready to play. We were happy with the result, happy to get the 3 goals. But I thought in terms of performance, we had some good performance from a couple of the guys, in particular Sebastian Rodriguez and Pedro Cruz. So it's a bonus when you have standout performance. So it was good for the first game. A lot of things that we can do better. We're certainly trying to work towards that.
And Pedro Cruz and Felipe Andrade, they come with some valuable experience from Brazil. How have they adapted so far to this team?
I would say really well, not just to the team, but to the coach of the club and how the team wants to play. Obviously, be able to speak with them with the same language can help. But I think they are embracing where they at with the second team, with potentially opportunities to first team.
And we saw Felipe Andrade push pretty high up the field for a defender. Could you kind of talk about his role in the team?
Yeah, his role will be changing, to be honest with you. He's a player that is very versatile, and we are trying to decide where he fits the best. We know he can play as an outside back, a center back, even can play in the midfield. And he has very strong physical qualities. So we wanted to make sure whatever we put him there, that we're taking the best out of him. Let's put it this way. So in the first game, his job was to play as a center back with the freedom to join the midfield when we had possession secured. And I think he did really well. He's a guy who is very concentrated. So he's tuned in to what's going on, so he can make those adjustments, whether he's a center back or a midfielder, very quick, and that's exciting to see.
All right, and we got Sebastian Rodriguez and Brooklyn Reigns both got called up to some youth national teams. And how important is it to the team to see players who are still with the second team and a player like Brooklyn, who was in the second team in the past, get these call-ups?
Yeah, no, I think it's very important. We also had Leo Gitao and Micah Harris being called up to the national team. And obviously, we have Daniel Barrett, we have Lucas Brugman, and we have Matteo Di Morelli, all national team players. They didn't have a camp. So it's very exciting to have a young team that are in national team call-ups. In particular, when you get to national team call-ups in the older age group, like, for example, U20 and U18, you mentioned Sebastian and Brooklyn. That's where the guys feel it would be their next step. So hopefully they continue the progression with the youth national teams.
Diego Gonzalez scored a goal against El Salvador over the break on Wednesday. How did you evaluate his performance and the rest of the D2 guys who made the step up to the first team?
Yeah, I think Diego in particular played really well. He played more as an 8. With the second team, he plays higher up in the field. But I think he showed really well, and always excited to see guys contributing to the first team, score his first goal. I think he had a very strong performance. I thought Felipe as well. He played more as a center back when they had the ball. He showed his quality on the ball, but also the ability to defend and things that we commented before. Andy played slightly out of position. He played more as an inside midfielder. Obviously, his quality is more as a one-on-one attacker. But that was the opportunity he had. I think he made the most. It's just he didn't see as much as his one-on-one duels that I think people get excited about him.
All right, and this weekend we got North Texas are the defending champions. They're a rival. How have you guys been preparing for such a tough opponent?
Yeah, obviously we're excited to play the best. All the good teams. We always get excited about it. I think that's that's the point, to be able to compete and see where we at. So it's no different than what we had last week against Kansas City. So we feel their team is a little different than last year. Last year they were much older and had a lot of qualities. I think this year they moved a couple of those guys to the first team. So they have the quality, but they're much younger, and I feel like it's early in the season, so they still gel as a team. So we're excited about the competition, but we also feel that we have a team to compete, and we would like to see that coming Sunday.
And for North Texas, who are some players that stand out to you as the guys you have to watch out for?
Yeah, certainly Molina, the right back. It's a exciting player for them. Sarver, one of their attackers, and then Charles, their holding midfielder. I think he has the ability to play some long diagonals, and he helps them to play how they want to play. And I think those three guys in particular are key guys that we should have to look for.
All right, Marcel, that's all the questions we got for you. Thank you so much for your time. Appreciate it as always.
Thanks, Joe. It's my pleasure.
All right. Thank you, everyone, for listening. This was Marcelo Santos.